Well, hi, this is Tim Maher, and this is a presentation of my final project for EDU 790, and I titled it Creating Videos Using the Stop Motion Technique. While using the stop motion technique, it is another tool that you can use for digital storytelling in the classroom. So why would we want to use digital story in the classroom? Well, by making digital stories, we are exposing the students to the top three modes of learning from Bloom's taxonomy, which is analyze, evaluate, and create. We are exposing students to the 21st century skills, specifically critical thinking, collaboration, communication, creativity, and the use of media technology. And when we use digital storytelling in the classroom, we make learning a creative personal experience for the students. A little bit about the background of this unit that I wrote. This would be used as a end of unit of a digital storytelling unit. So the students have already created different types of digital stories or digital videos in my classroom. So I would end with the stop motion technique because it's an advanced storytelling tool. It's going to take them planning time, and it's going to take a while for them to shoot each scene. I had broken the unit down into 2 lesson plans, and with lesson number 1, what the student's product is going to be, they're going to create a story. They're going to work collaboratively with each other to write a script, or they could write a storyboard. They will then take a digital camera and they will capture each scene with a digital camera, and then they will upload the pictures to a computer. That is all about lesson number 1. The technology that is used for lesson number 1 would be a computer, a word processing program. There will be either a storyboard program that the computers will have or a storyboard handout, and I have 2 websites that will show the storyboard programs. The first link is linking to storyboardthat.com, and this is a online version of creating a storyboard. I have never used this, and this year I plan on doing at least one project with this storyboard program. Or the students could use any type of storyboarding template that they find, and this is one that I have used before. I have it, it's from a Google Doc. I just searched the internet for storyboarding, and it came up with this PDF file, and I print it out and have the students fill it out in their own writing. Then the students are going to need a digital camera to take pictures of each scene, and then a USB cable. I know that most cameras can use a USB cable, so I really don't want them taking out my little mini disc that goes into the cameras and putting them in their computers, so we will just upload them into the computers with a USB cable. What's expected of the teachers in this lesson is they need to be comfortable with collaborative learning. This is going to get noisy. The kids are going to be in different groups, and the teacher has to be comfortable with just letting go. The teacher should also be comfortable with the word processing program that is used. If they're writing scripts, if they're not writing scripts, they should be comfortable with the program for the storyboarding or how to use a storyboard. Another thing that they should be comfortable or skilled with is using the digital camera, because what they're going to have to do is model how to shoot the scenes and give feedback to the students or help the students determine what's the best way of shooting the scene. And they should be flexible. That's a given, because you might only have one camera in the classroom. So while 5 groups are storyboarding, one group is already done and they are doing their shooting their scenes. Or you might have a situation where there's storyboarding going on and then there's already a group that already shot their scenes and all they need to do is edit. So there could be 2 or 3 different things going on at one time in your classroom, so you need to be flexible. For students, since this is the end of the unit, they are already familiar with script writing and creating a storyboard. If this is just something you're going to do in class, you really can't do this project without a storyboard or a script writing. It's just too time consuming and you will lose the interests of the students because they will become frustrated. The students are familiar with using a digital camera. They're taking pictures all over the place to begin with in school, so let's have them do it in class. And most students are familiar with uploading pictures onto a computer. The instructional strategies that are used in lesson number 1 is differentiating instruction, cooperative learning, effective discussions, the engagement of all students, and summarizing and modeling of the teacher. As with every lesson or unit, there are always some disadvantages that might pop up. One of them is the teacher might not have the technology skills to accomplish this. The students might not be able to work collaboratively. I've had classes that I couldn't put into groups, and these were science classes. Some students might not have the patience needed for the shooting of the photos because it's time consuming. And also, one of the disadvantages is the time that is needed to create this part of the unit. So let's take a look at lesson plan number 2, and the product of lesson plan number 2 is the actual stop motion movie. They're going to take all the shots that they took in lesson number 1 and they are going to create the stop motion video. The technology that is used in lesson plan number 2 is a computer again, some type of movie creation program. For this one I used Windows Live Movie Maker, and then those digital pictures that they have already uploaded to the computer. The teacher must be proficient in using the movie making software that they choose. They can't just go into it blindly, and they must be able to model how to edit the videos and how to change the different parameters of the program to create the effect of stop motion. The students should be familiar with making videos. They should be familiar with using the editing features of the movie making program. They should be familiar with adding titles, captions, credits, and also music to their video for the final project. Some of the disadvantages of this part of the lesson is that the teacher may have limited knowledge with the movie maker software that they choose. The teacher may not have access to the technology that is needed. Some students may not have the patience it takes to edit the movie again, so they may disengage from the project. The students might not have enough time to complete the editing process, so they might not be able to put their titles or their graphics or their music into their finished project. The instructional strategies used for lesson plan number 2 again include the differentiating instruction, effective discussions, the engagement of all students, the summarizing and modeling, and the creation of a multimedia presentation. Now, the possibilities that the innovation can be transferred to other teachers or school settings or subjects is really endless. Just as long as the teachers and the students are proficient with the technology skills that are needed. I teach science also, so I can see this working in my science classroom. I can have science students creating a script or a storyboard of the different stages of the cell cycle. They can make a clay model that they can manipulate while taking the pictures, and as they're manipulating it, they're using it to simulate what the organelles in the cell do during the different stages of the cell cycle. And then you can take all those pictures and the students can create a stop motion video from it, and the stop motion video then becomes the simulation of what the organelles do during the different stages of the cell cycle. So instead of just having them draw pictures of what the organelles do, the students can actually create a video, and I can see the students scripting it so as the organelles are moving in different scenes, they are explaining what is happening. So that was it for my presentation project. I don't have the technology to show you the video that I created, but if you click on the link that is back into our classroom, you can see my finished project of a stop motion movie. The problem I have is that you will not be able to hear the sound because Screencast-O-Matic will not allow me to use my speakers as the recording tool. It only uses my microphone, and you won't be able to hear any of the audio that goes with the movie. So thank you and have a good day.